Kylie from Theme Parks for Grown-Ups. We are back at Universal Studios Florida. Why? Because Halloween Horror Nights is coming soon. All of the stages are being built, the houses are being built, there are fun things around me to take pictures of. I wanted to come here and show everyone a preview of this year's Halloween Horror Nights, which starts September 3rd. It's a little early, but I wanted to kind of give you an overview of what is confirmed for coming back and what is new here at Halloween Horror Nights, the premier event for Halloween at Universal Orlando. A lot of things are coming back and there's a lot of great things to see and do. I'm going to walk around the park, show you where everything is most likely going to be located so you can get your bearings and get situated and be prepared for your visit during Halloween Horror Nights. Some things are definitely subject to change. No official map has been released by Universal. Some things could be taken out, switched around, etc. But this is what people are speculating, so I will give you that overview so you can at least plan ahead a little bit and get to know where everything's going to be so you can kind of mark everything off and map out your night. Alright, let's get started. Let's take a look at everything that will be coming and have some fun doing it. Alright, let's go. Super bright right now, so it's hard to see, but when you first come in to Universal Studios Florida and you're going right down the alleyway, you're going to be greeted by this giant display that says 30 years, 30 fears as they celebrate 30 years of Halloween Horror Nights. There's going to be some photo ops in this area, and then this is a scare zone as well. You can designate a scare zone, so there will most likely be some scare actors here on these stages you can take selfies with, and then of course these giant billboards that you can take lots of pictures with. This is your photo opportunity area to get a little scary before you head straight in. And our next stop here, this is most likely going to be the entrance for Bride of Frankenstein Lives, and so this will be a house, a walk-through house, and so it's a haunted house, and it will most likely wind through here in front of the amphitheater and then twist and turn, and you'll go back into the warehouse, the lot that is actually behind the amphitheater, kind of to the right. Kind of zoom in, you'll see that building right there. It's where it will most likely be. And would you look at that, a food booth is up and ready for us for Halloween Horror Nights. It's called We Slaughter Barbecue. I dig it. These food booths have been up basically all year for the other events throughout the year, like Mardi Gras and the other little food festival they had. And now they're getting ready to retheme them and serve us some goods. Traveling into New York, we are going to stop here near Jimmy Fallon, and this is where the entrance for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house will be. So this is like on our way into like a cluster of little houses. So this is one area right here, and we're gonna keep moving forward. Traveling farther into New York, we are over here on the other side of Jimmy Fallon, and this is where two more houses are going to be located, most likely. First one is Revenge of the Tooth Fairy, which was debuted last year, and it was about tooth fairies gone wrong, and if you didn't give up your teeth, they would extract them in the night and take them out of your head or something. And so that one was a little terrifying, and now it's coming back. And the other one is debuting this year. It's Halloween Horror Nights Captured, and so this is all the icons from former Halloween Horror Nights all together in one house, which should be really exciting. So they'll have like Jack the Clown, who's been around for a while. It's a character that has been infamous here at Halloween Horror Nights, so he'll be in the house along with like the storyteller and the usher and like all these other icons that Universal has created just for this event, all in one house. It's very exciting. Traveling along to New York, you will see an old decrepit mansion, and this is the Tribute Store. This is the outside of the Tribute Store this year. Last year it looked a little different, and inside you're going to find merchandise and a lot of different foods inside, and each room is themed specifically at the event. Still in New York, we are coming to another scare zone, which you can see from the big stage there. This is most likely Seek and Destroy, which is a newish scare zone. And so what is happening here is basically the story is that it is home to an alien cyber regime called the Controller, who tracks down humans and turns them into fuel. So that's fun. You'll see these scare actors all around this area popping up. and trying to turn you into fuel. So beware! And there's all sorts of little props around here for this particular scare zone. There's a whole truck over here. We can get a closer look. Here's a crazy looking truck where all of the aliens will be gathered around to take you to their leader, I suppose. Alrighty, we've approached another scare zone. This is located in San Francisco. To the right is like Chez Alcatraz and the other restaurants. We're gonna walk through and I'm gonna tell you what this is. So this is the Crypt TV scare zone. Now, if you're not familiar with Crypt TV, it is an online content producer, and so basically they make short films that are scary movies, horror films, and they're all over YouTube and have a huge social following, and now they have an entire scare zone devoted to their lore. And some of the things you may or may not know is like the Birch. That's one of their famous short films, and there's quite a few more of that, so if you want to research them, you can go online, but we're gonna look at some more things over here. So there's like a dude standing in front of, or a woman I'm assuming, standing in front of this mirror, and I'm dying at the Ray Dunn decoration on the wall. Clean, fresh and clean. Oh, yeah, there's definitely some blood back there. Now, I don't know the short films affiliated with Crypt TV very well, but I'm assuming this has something to do with one of their movies. It says Shelley Carter, hello, Player of the Year, so I'm assuming that's a story. And then we can go over here, and there's this like woody area. Here's a closer look at the set piece in the middle here. It has a bunch of markings on it. It says, do not open, beware, keep out. Here's another little stage, has a big spider on it, and it looks like people wrapped in webs hanging upside down, so that's pleasant. Very nice. Now we made it to the Fear Factor live stage where it used to be played, right behind me, just past Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And this is where a live show will be hosted this year. Now, very few details have been released about this yet, so I'm excited to see what is going to go on here. But basically, I'm just reading here from Universal that it's going to feature like nocturnal creatures, aerialists of the night, frightful fire performers, and it'll feature rock, metal, and electronic music. So we'll see what that entails, who's gonna show up to the party. Maybe Jack the Clown will make an appearance, or other icons, so we'll have to see what that is, but it'll be a really cool show if they're gonna have a bunch of aerialists and fire performers and entertainment like that. Now, Cary, Ohio is a town, real city, that Universal has taken over into their own lore and created a ton of stories around this town for Halloween Horror Nights. And so this year, an entire house is being devoted to Cary, Ohio, or Scary, Ohio. And it'll most likely be taking us back to past haunted houses and past scare zones that have referenced Cary. So this will be really exciting for all of you who love Halloween Horror Nights and have been here a lot. It'll be very nostalgic, I'm sure. I'm very excited to see what this house is all about. So you just got out of Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and just down the road is our friend Chucky. So Chucky's gonna make an appearance. He's all set up and ready for you. He's got his box here. He's gonna be sitting in his box probably. This is his box. And it'll be fun to interact with him for sure. Okay, now between Men in Black and The Simpsons ride, there are two original houses that are coming this year. One of them was previewed last year already for video reveal, and most likely it was supposed to be here last year. Of course, the event got cut short. And the other one is a new and interesting house that I'm kind of excited about. Your girl loves pumpkin spice lattes, and this is gonna be the pinnacle of every PSL basic girl's nightmare. So the new house, based on pumpkins, is called the Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin. Basically, there's a pumpkin lord, obviously, and he has a bunch of minion pumpkins, and the closer you get to Halloween, the more pumpkins are used in our festivities and our traditions, and the more power he gains. And so you'll be going through different areas of like cemeteries and vines and things like that, where all these pumpkin evil spirits are roaming. The other one, which was announced last year, is Puppet Theater Captive Audience. And so this is gonna take you through an old abandoned theater that housed proposed puppet show and ballet troupe, and I believe it caught fire and collapsed, trapping in all the performers and the audience members. And so then you get to wander through the theater and see what mayhem all of these people and creatures are wreaking upon this theater. Now we're gonna walk through Central Park, because this is where you're going to get a view of the other live show, which is Marathon of Mayhem Carnage Factory. And this is a light and water show with projections that will be shown on the buildings across from the lake here, the lagoon. And the projections and the theming and the music will all be inspired by certain Universal movies and also certain houses. All right, now we are entering the area where the kid stuff is, like Woody Woodpecker's Kid Zone, and E.T. and Five Goes West is located, because there will be two very fun houses back here. Like I said, two fun houses back here. The first one is going to be all Beetlejuice all the time, and I mean, what's Universal Halloween Horror Nights without Beetlejuice, right? So, a whole house dedicated to him. And then the next house will be based on the Netflix show, The Haunting of Hill House. Haven't seen it. Sure, it's very haunting. I'm sure it's about a house. I'm a little disappointed that Netflix didn't bring back Stranger Things to Halloween Horror Nights, like the following season. However, the following season has not been released yet, so I'm assuming that's why. But who knows why. Hopefully it'll be back next year. We are entering Gorewood Forest, and this is a reference to a past character, the Terror Queen, who harvests the sweet bloodberries. Sounds intriguing. So she's back from a hiatus, and this is a character that is part of the lore of Halloween Horror Nights again. And so she is making a return to make her harvest. And let's look at this structure right here. There's a couple of structures that look like they have a bunch of roots in them. There's these little like wooden structures where I'm sure other scare actors will be. Some more trees and things, or I'm assuming people will pop out of, maybe? And then there's this whole shindig right here. That's pretty darn cool. I can't wait to see who ends up here in the Gorewood Forest. Now we're coming to one of the coolest scare zones. Probably, I'm assuming it's gonna be the coolest, this event. This is Lights, Camera, Action, Eddie's Revenge. And you're gonna see several stages here devoted to different themes. And the premise here is that Eddie Schmidt, who has made appearances in other Halloween Horror Nights events, is directing his own movie this year. Only it is including real monsters, vampires, water things, aliens, all sorts of things. But they happen to be all real instead of just fake movie characters. Pretty cool. Let's look at the other little stages that are set up right now. Okay, here's a stage devoted to Treeks and Foons, which were some eerie characters that were a part of another scare zone in the past, which was also featured in another haunted house. And these creatures, these weird looking characters, were a part of the Caretaker storyline, and looks like maybe they'll come back this year, which is fun. And here's an alien invasion stage. I just love that I can see everything like previewed like this. It's very fun. It's getting close. And here's a banner for Lights, Camera, Action. So as you can see, we've made it to the other side of Universal Studios Florida. We made a full loop, and if you go immediately to your right, you're gonna come upon this scare zone, which will be very fun. As you can see, there's some chainsaws up in that bill in the poster there, so hopefully we'll see some of the chainsaw gang, the chain gang, the drill team come out as well and do a little scaring. We've made our way around Universal Studios Florida. I have showed you all of the scare zones and scare zone locations and the haunted house locations, where some of those will be live shows, all the things that are coming. Just a few short days And if you're watching it now, when the event is open, then it's already open, and that's great. Remember, it opens September 3rd of this year, 2021. And keep a lookout for more videos in the future about Universal. Hopefully I'll be back for some more footage, real live footage, about the actual event itself. And hopefully this just preps you and gives you a nice little overview of what to expect and where to find everything so you can get your bearings. That's really what I wanted to do, like the main goal of the video here. Other than that, stay tuned, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Universal tips and tricks and more events coming up in the future. I am always here in theme parks and I'm an Orlando local. Also make sure to check out my fun tutorials on how to become a travel agent and plan theme park vacations for money, if you're into that sort of thing. Find all that in the links in the description below. I hope to see you next time. Follow me on Instagram at Theme Parks for Grownups for live footage, and I'll see you at the parks.